Alright, hey guys, thanks for tuning into the part 2 of this Q&A that I did with Jonathan. Make sure if you haven't already that you go check out the first Q&A that we did because we're going to jump right into the second part of this Q&A. Also, before we jump right in, I want to ask if you would please subscribe, and let's get started with the second part of the Q&A. Thanks.
Alright, so what is a lifetime goal of yours in the gym? Actually, my buddy Tom put this on Instagram. He said mine is a 405 bench, which that's a heck of a bench, right?
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
Yeah. That's barely my deadlift.
You want to go? Yeah, you go first, and then I'll say mine.
Okay, so since I have struggled a lot with knee problems, my deadlift and my squat have lacked a lot due to that. It had suffered from that. So hopefully after this surgery, I could hopefully get real serious about my lifting, and I want to hopefully do a 500-pound. How long in the future are we talking about here? Because I would ultimately like to have a.
He's saying lifetime.
Lifetime. So I would like to have like a 600 to 700 pound squat, a 700-pound deadlift,
beast.
And yeah, I know. And a 405 bench is probably where I'm at too. I first have to get to 315, but I think 405 would be a good future goal for me.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. It's funny that Tom asked this question because I haven't really thought about lifetime like that.
Yeah.
I've thought more. I guess I'm always thinking about it in that sense, but my lifetime goals are more to just. I want to be able to lift a great amount in any of the major compound lifts, but at the same time, I want to be healthy. So, so for me, I'm thinking more, you know, sure. At some point, I want to be to, you know, like a 315 squat. I want to be to a 225 bench. You know, I'd like to be to a 405 deadlift. These types of things. I want to be to a 135 overhead press. Yeah. And those are goals that I'm working on and working towards. Lifetime, I'm not sure beyond those amounts how much. Just being honest and real. Yeah. But if I get to those goals and I can go beyond it and be healthy and be, you know, like one of those guys that's 50, 60 years old that is doing that still, you know, like that to me is, I think, a lifetime goal. I don't know, that's just kind of my take on it.
I think lifetime goals are great to have, but if you actually want to succeed in those lifetime goals, you really have to scale it back and break them down into different cycles. You want to, sorry for the noise, you want to be able to break it down from year to year and maybe even month to month, so you can actually have realistic goals so you can actually hit that one day.
Right.
All right. Next question comes from Patrick. Do you have any future plans on competing, and what are your thoughts on competing, physique or strength sports?
Physique. I would do physique.
Physique?
I don't want to get too deep into it for time, but yeah, I would do. Mine is physique.
Yeah.
I love strength training in my garage and in general, but yeah, I think something that would be fun because that's something I've never done is physique, and I've never competed in either. Yeah. But I do strength all the time, so for me, I think it would be fun to do physique sometime.
Yeah, when I first started working out and lifting, I really liked Steve Cook, so I always wanted to compete in physique. But actually, my first competition I've ever done was a strength competition. I did a powerlifting competition about a month or two back, and that was really fun. Over the past year, I really enjoyed doing strength training, so powerlifting. So I think my thoughts on powerlifting would be, I really like it, so that's probably what I'm going to compete more in. But I'm also open-minded to doing physique. I just, with all the knee surgeries, my quads suck, so I can't really do bodybuilding.
Yeah, I know. That's tough.
Yeah.
All right, so last question. How many times a week can you do BFR training, and is there a limit to the number of times it should be done a month? Does it differ according to which body part is trained? This is from Kevin, and he put, can you BFR arms more than calves, as an example?
Okay, so BFR, what that is, it's just blood flow restriction training. It's occlusion training. It's where you wrap a band or a strap around a limb. It has to be on the limb, and it's just to get more blood into the muscle, and it kind of traps the blood in there without going too much into detail, because that could be a whole new video by itself.
Yeah.
But how often can you do it? I actually like to do it more of a in between workouts, so kind of like a recovery type workout, because what it's doing is getting the blood and nutrients into muscle. So if I say I did chest and shoulders and a push day, pretty much where I do triceps and everything, the next day I might do triceps with blood flow restriction, and it kind of, even though my tricep might be sore, it's going to help facilitate recovery, and it's going to help me recover faster. So what do you think?
Honestly, so like transparency is big for me. I don't really get too much into BFR. I haven't really researched it much. As far as utilizing that as a training method, that's something I would have to try. I haven't spent a lot of time working on that. I've been spending more time, like I was talking about, kind of working on more of my short-term goals as far as getting my overall strength up. But I mean, I can see, based off everything you've explained to me, I can see the benefits.
Yeah.
You know, I'd have to give it a try though, for sure. First, the last thing I want to do is make a recommendation on something I haven't tried yet. Yeah. Really.
And Kevin knows I've done this before. Yeah. So, can you train BFR on your arms more than calves, or vice versa? I would say you can probably train BFR on your calves a lot more than you could do on your biceps, just because calves are one of those things that are stimulated throughout the day a lot more than your biceps are. So
right.
Your calves can take a lot more punishment than your biceps could, or your arms. So the only thing I would say about BFR is that you need to be careful if you have high blood pressure, just because working out in general increases your blood pressure. Then also if you add BFR, it can just make things a lot worse too. So
especially if you're older.
Yeah, especially if you're older.
Be careful with that.
So you just got to be careful with it, and if you're really interested in it, Kevin, I know I'll make a video for you. I'm sorry I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, and once again, disclaimer: we're not.
Yeah, we're not doctors.
We're not doctors or anything, but you know, this is just for fun, guys. So.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I think that was the last question, actually.
And then, do you want to
ask me a question?
Yeah.
Ask me a question? Okay. What are your macros?
What are my macros? As far as, like, what do you mean?
What is the? How? Okay. What's your goal right now? What do you?
All right. So right now, my current goal is bulking. So I've been bulking. Since, I think I was telling you earlier, since December timeframe. I'm going to continue to do that up until, I'm hoping, through the end of the summer, through like August, and then I know it sounds kind of backwards, I would begin a cut, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. And as far as macros, honestly, I've been very loose with them the last couple weeks because of travel and stuff like that, but before that I was pretty dead on. I mean, I was like around 2,500, and I've been gaining weight pretty steadily, which I'm a smaller frame person, so for me, I mean, that's a decent number.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what about you?
I
mean, I know you get your knee surgery coming up.
Yes, since I was gonna try to do actually going back to one of those questions, I was gonna do a physique show this summer, except now that I have to have my surgery, so that kind of threw my plans out the window. So right now, I don't have any plans. I'm not really following macros right now. All I know is that I'm eating well in the hundreds for grams of fat. Protein is pretty moderate at about 150 to 200. And my carbs are just however I'm feeling that day. So if I'm being really active, my carbs are going to be higher. If I'm being sedentary throughout the day, I'm just not going to eat that many carbs. So yeah.
I'll expand upon one thing with that question, actually, for me, just to make sure this gives some of you guys a little more information in case you're curious. So I'm doing, what I generally do is they say to transition between 1.2 to 1 grams per pound of lean mass. Right now I'm doing, I just keep it at 1.2. I don't actually change it. I don't have medical reasons for that. That just seems to work good for me. Yeah. And then I also am sticking, I'm right around 50 some grams of fat a day, so it's like 55 to 60 at the moment. So I'm currently around 160 pounds. So yeah, and then the rest is all just carbs. So it's like ends up being somewhere around 170 grams of protein, 50 some grams of fat, 50 to 60, and then the rest is all carbohydrates. But yeah, that's kind of where my macros have been, I guess, to get more specific with it.
That's good.
So.
I just like a lot. I like to eat a lot more fat than the average person.
Yeah.
So this is my preference.
Yeah, and there's a time for that too.
Yeah.
There's definitely times for it where you can really benefit from doing that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that could be a whole nother video. So this is getting long, but yeah, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. It's Dennis, John, and
thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. We really wanted to do something for you guys, and we're working on. So we got the collab video coming up, so you guys will see that too. Yeah, and we're gonna just kind of really one final thing. We're just gonna have like a real informal kind of question answer with each other during the workout. So we're gonna we'll do some workout footage, and then we'll do the informal questions too during it.
Sounds good. Make sure you leave a comment down below.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe at all. And I guess we'll see you in the next video.
And give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Yeah, don't forget that.
All right, guys.
Peace.
Peace.